Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today I would like to present my case against mailers. So I'm not really going to waste too much time. I'm just going to get into it with the cold, hard-hitting facts. Let's go. All right, so here is the case against mailers. Now, before I give the case against mailers, I do need to kind of recognize and acknowledge why they exist in the first place and the things that they are good for, because to say that, they're completely garbage and, you should never use them and there was never ever any scenario where they ever should have been used is just ridiculous, because obviously at least in one point in time they worked, or in certain scenarios maybe they have worked decently well. So let's kind of go over the benefits and why somebody would use mailers to begin with. So for those who don't know, I guess, what mailers are to begin with, they are just little kind of almost, I guess you could call them advertisements that you send in the mail. You'll send them to, people who you have on a list, or there's quite a few different ways of doing it. But then you send them out to prospects and whatever, and then you include your contact information, hope they visit your website, book a meeting with you, and obviously at the end, you're hoping that you get a couple clients from sending these mailers out. Now, what is this actually good for to begin with? Well, first of all, you do get complete control over exactly who you're marketing to, down to the individual, right? If you have a list of people that you want to send mailers to in your local area, you know exactly who you want to get them. They will get them. So that is something that you do have control over. And that's something that actually is unique to mailers that I will give it. I don't really, other than maybe like cold calling, I can't think of like a passive way where you can like individually target one specific person through marketing. So that's a pretty unique thing for mailers. I will give mailers that. Secondly, you can also achieve pretty good reach and also recognition within your local area as well. So, sending these things out is a great way to actually get some reach, to get people to kind of talk about you, get some recognition, have people kind of know your name and become a little bit of a staple in your local community. Now, you do have to be careful because there's a very fine line between being recognized and being notorious for being the guy who always sends these out and just annoys people with basically spam, physical spam in their mailbox, because that's not good either, and that's not what you want to be. So those are, in my opinion, the two biggest things about mailers. I'm going to go over the problems with mailers now. Now, part of the problem is the setup process can be absolutely next to impossible. The transfer systems that they have set up for mailers is completely horrible for any sort of data transfer that you want to do. So it just makes onboarding a complete and total drag, right? So if you have different images, designs, like brand colors, whatever it is, the way that these data transfer systems are set up to actually import all of that onto the old technology and printers that are actually going to print these things out is just ridiculous, and it just takes a long time. You have to, do a whole bunch of stuff with transferring files and making sure this file is in this format and this, that, and the other. Like I said, it's a complete and total drag to get onboarded and to even get any marketing material onto the print version of your mailer to begin with. So that's one big thing. The second is it's a super slow setup, and there are very rigid templates that you have to use that are a far cry from unique. So, you have maybe 3, 4, 5, it depends on who you go with. You have a few different templates that you get to kind of work with and pick and choose from, like what you actually want to do. So you can pick, hey, I want to do this template or that. But like, how many other people in your area that have used mailers are picking those exact same templates and sending them out to people? Like, it's very hard to stand out and be unique with mailers because you have no real authority over the design. You just get to slap your name on a thing that looks like exactly what the last guy just sent them in their mail. So it can make you very, very, I guess the word I'm looking for is forgettable. It's really hard to stand out and be unique with mailers. The other thing too is the setup is super slow. So to even get mailers designed, printed out, distributed, like that entire process takes like weeks. It's ridiculous. It takes so long. And then I would say, arguably most importantly, there's also no transparency at all over your overall success rate or the deliverability of these things. So you don't really actually know if these things are going where they're saying they're going, and you have no way to measure the success rate because you have no way to measure where every single individual mailer went to, if the person actually picked it up, if they came to your website through the mailer. You have little anecdotal things that you can kind of go through of, well, look at this. I sent these mailers out and they started going a week ago, and now my website has like an extra 2%. So can you really attribute it to that? I don't know. Maybe it's just a better week online for you. Maybe it's the actual mail. You don't know. It's very, very hard to attribute any success to the mailers and know your success rate. And this makes it a huge issue to improve campaigns, because all you can really do is send these things out and kind of cross your fingers and hope for the best. There's no way to really measure your success and measure your failure even and know where to improve upon. Now, what is the actual alternative to this? Because I can, go on listing problems all day long, but that gets pretty old pretty quick if I can't come up with any sort of a solution. So here's a solution that I have that I think covers all of the bases of the negatives of mailers and takes those away, and also does a better job at what mailers are good for to begin with, right? So mailers are good for, like I said, getting complete control over exactly who you're marketing to. Okay, so with online ads, I can't necessarily target Billy Joe Bob, but what I can do is I can access Facebook's advanced targeting systems, which allow me to go after demographics instead of individuals. And I think this is arguably better and definitely less time consuming anyways to begin with, right? So what do I mean by this, right? So if I'm building up a list of people that I want to send mailers to, I got to research that list. I got to find all the names. I got to write the names down or type them out or put them in a spreadsheet, whatever it is that I want to do. I have to individually, one by one, do that myself or hire somebody to do that. Facebook already has the data on the demographics you're looking for. So if you're sending to people and you're doing all this market research anyway, and all you want to send to is, let's say you're a financial advisor and you want to send home insurance to people, so you're looking for people who are actually the owners of the home, right? You would need to go down and track down homeowners, every single person that you wanted to send to, whereas Facebook already has a data list compiled of who's a homeowner in your area. So all you need to do is put the target area, put I want homeowners, and just like that, it's already done and set. And the likelihood that you're going to reach Billy Joe Bob, because he is a homeowner in the area that you've set it for, is very, very good. So I would argue that this system is better because it gives you a more accurate read on the people that you're actually looking to target. And it just, apologize about that. It gives you a more accurate read on the people that you're looking to target. And it also saves you a tremendous amount of time on actually doing the market research. So what else are mailers good for? Can achieve a really good reach and recognition within your local area. Well, okay, that's fine. You can get reach way cheaper on Facebook. You can get reach. We've reached 100,000 people for sometimes like $100, right? So you can reach an insane amount of people on Facebook and get recognized way quicker, in my opinion, online than you can do through physical mail nowadays, because the amount of people, especially younger people, that are checking their mail for what they actually, what services they want to buy is almost zero compared to the people who are online each and every single day waiting to see your ad on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever it is that you want to choose to market. The numbers are inconsequentially higher. Like it's so much more reach that you can get. You get so much more bang for your buck when it comes to actual reach and recognition within your local area on Facebook ads, Instagram, or just any online ads. It's not even an argument, right? They blow them out of the water when it comes to reach, because you don't have to constantly print things on paper and send them out to people. All you have to pay is the deliverability costs, right? The next thing that you also have is setup, transfer, and creating marketing assets instantaneously on Facebook, especially. You can now create, there's certain things that you can do within Facebook where you can create videos out of pictures that you have in your library and things like that. So they have things set up so you can, it doesn't really matter what the files are, you can set up transfer the files, and create new files and new marketing assets instantaneously. There's no big, long onboarding process. You just simply click on all the pictures you want and drop them into Facebook, and that's it. It's that simple. There's also thousands of possibilities within the Facebook ad guidelines, including video advertising, which is a huge thing that you cannot do when it comes to mailers. You cannot put a video on a piece of paper. You can put a video on a screen for people to see. Video advertising is really popping off right now. I've done a couple different videos on that, especially for Facebook video advertising. If you haven't seen, go check out some of our other Facebook videos in the past. I believe it was how to cut lead costs down to $1 or something like that. That video, I'm pretty sure I was covering video advertising. But you can do this on Facebook, and you don't have any set certain templates. You can create things entirely from scratch. You can use templates. You can do whatever you want. You have so much more freedom and flexibilities. The only thing you have to do is just stay within the guidelines, right? So no nudity, gore, violence. You have to be very, very basic things for the most part that you can't do on Facebook. You can also deliver with the click of a button, right? So now you don't have to worry about delivery taking, forever, having to get everything set up, onboarded, whatever. You can just deliver exactly what it is that you want with the click of a button. It's super easy, super simple. And the biggest problem with mailers, having no transparency on your success rate or deliverability, so you don't know how to improve campaigns, is solved with Facebook or TikTok or any online platform, because in their backend, they have meticulous data tracking, which means improving performance is far easier than on mailers. You can track down where your reach has gone, where your views have gone, where your leads have gone, down to the penny on Facebook. It is super meticulous. They have all sorts of data that you could open up and look at, so you know exactly where you're going wrong and exactly where you're going right and how to improve on your campaigns. Everything is completely visible and there for you to do. And guys like me on the internet are here to teach you about how to actually improve and optimize those campaigns to begin with. So this is my case against mailers, why I think mailers are a waste of money compared to lead generation ads, and why lead generation ads are just so much more of a better idea than doing mailers nowadays, especially for financial advisors. Now, I do just want to quickly mention, kind of going on lead generation, if you guys want to find out more about how we generate leads, we have our exclusive lead system, which is a done-for-you, multi-dimensional lead generating process we generate on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So if one platform goes down, you're still always getting leads. We're split testing all the time, getting crazy results on all three platforms. We also have a lead nurturing process to increase conversion. This is another bonus that mailers can't do, right? On our online systems, we can continue to build more and more and more infrastructure in our backend to make sure that all the people that we're sending our digital mailers out to and digital flyers out to are getting converted at a rapid rate because we have their contact information. We're able to send them emails, texts, have them set with appointment setters, the whole bit. Going into appointment setters, we also have appointment setting to drastically increase the call rate and decrease no-shows. You cannot get somebody to go knocking door to door or call everyone on your mailer list. You can get somebody in the exclusive lead system to do that for your online list that you generate for yourself. So if you're interested in the exclusive lead system or in lead generation in general, please feel free to give me a shout either in the comments here, DMs on Instagram, Facebook, wherever works best for you. Hope this video was able to provide you with some value. Hope you found it interesting and educating. And until the next time, peace.